Once again, welcome to the WEtalk Series. My name is Saturator. WEtalk Series is a youth-led initiative aiming at creating a platform at the same time operating in 3 thematic areas: leadership, livelihood, and sexual reproductive health rights. It aims at creating a platform for the young youth to come and freely discuss different topics and also share their inspirational stories, the challenges, the solutions they're facing out there in their communities, which we believe will create a very big impact for another youth out there. And today in the house I have different guests from different organizations. I'm going to start from my right.
I'm the network of young people living with HIV in Uganda. I am the Miss Young People Living with HIV 2014 to 15.
Wow, I'm so honored to be seated next to Miss Young People Living with HIV. How are you doing?
Hi.
Great. I'm called Joshua Bengo. I work for my Book Center as the advocacy officer. Glad to be here.
My name is Anna Kundakwe. I'm a young person and an SRHR advocate.
My name is Ngodo Osama and I'm from Uganda. Mr. Y plus man, 2017.
Well, thank you very much. Not forgetting today's topic, social accountability to ending HIV/AIDS in Uganda. Sharifa, briefly tell us about 2018 Pageant.
The beauty pageant is like any other pageants that are out there. The Miss Tourism, the Miss Uganda, the Miss, all the beauty pageants that are out there. But this one is unique in its way, whereby it is for young people living with HIV and with young people who are living with HIV. So we came out with a beauty pageant to show the beauty to others who are living negative, that even a person who is positive can do what your person who is negative can do. So it's basically a platform for us to exercise our inner beauties out there.
All right. What's your experience with someone living with HIV?
Years back,
Okay.
I used not to come out, but by the time I went to come to UNYPA, I started feeling that I'm not alone in the country. So I started knowing that many people are with me. So that's one of my experience as a HIV patient.
Wow, that's beautiful. Very fun. What's your experience? Since you are the queen, what's your experience living with HIV?
I would say my experience has been so awesome.
Okay.
Being the Miss Young People Living with HIV 2014, it has put me to those platforms that I didn't even imagine I would be there. To start off, when I was still in school, I had not yet come out with my status and all that. And I would see how people would treat people living with HIV. Of course, me, I wouldn't disclose my status, and no one knew about what was happening in my life. So I was living a free life, and I was watching people discriminating those who are living with HIV, the stigma and all that.
I know.
But being a Miss and being an ambassador for people living with HIV, or for young people living with HIV, is like a huge platform to fight for their rights, to make sure that their voices are heard, not just on a smaller level, but even on big platforms.
Wow, that's beautiful. And I think if we go on like that, we're going to end the stigma. Tembo.
Yes.
I'm going to send you this question. Have you heard about the Y plus beauty pageant? And what do you think about it?
Yes, I've heard about it. It's actually the second time here in the market.
Okay.
And I think it's a very good platform for the young people who are living with HIV. I know that migrants, young people, suffer a lot of stigma and so much trauma around them. But like my colleague is saying that when we expose the young people to such beauty contests, then they feel like they're part of society.
Exactly.
And and I think that everyone has to address such kind of initiatives.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, thank you, Thelma. If I'm to throw that question to you, have you heard about this beauty pageant and what do you think about it?
Yeah, I've read about it, I think, for the last 3 years.
Have you attended?
Yes, I have
Wow,
attained
that's
it.
beautiful.
Yeah, and my take about this, it's a very great initiative to provide a platform for young people living with HIV to come out and discover their own potential. Maybe what the public needs to know is that when a young person is living with HIV, or maybe not necessarily a young person, when a person is living with HIV, it doesn't take away the fact that they're actually human.
Yeah, they're like us.
Yes, what a negative person, HIV negative person can do, also the other person can do. So I find it a very innovative, I find it a very good platform where, I mean, these people are still beautiful. They still have a right to express themselves. They still have a right to discover who they are and show it to the world to motivate. I look at it as a platform to motivate young people living with HIV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to say something?
I'm just mentioning something to do with potential.
Okay.
Do you know that the world actually thinks that people living with HIV/AIDS have no potential to do what the other people can do?
It's very exciting. But why? Why? I wonder why.
It's just a perception of the public. You know, this knowledge. People don't know that actually the young people living with HIV/AIDS are even more skilled and more knowledgeable than those who are not living with HIV/AIDS. So, and that's why issues of stigma have kept on around. People have kept stigmatizing the HIV positive people because they think when they look at my colleagues this one is positive. She cannot
share the same plate, the same car,
yes,
a lot of things.
And then at workplaces it's happening. They think they cannot be productive together. So, but I think white plus is mainly yes.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna end this, you know. Osama, what motivated you to come out, you know, to be open, to talk about your status? Because it's not an everyday thing. People, you know, they're there behind closed doors, knowing their status, just like she has told us when she was still at school. She's not open up about her status. What motivated you, Osama, to open up?
Whichever positive. First, my friends are being discriminated over being HIV positive. So I said them and said, I have to end discrimination. By the time the people go to their website, then I first went on Google, searched it, then I knew what did they work on, and I said, I'm going to move that position.
Wow.
Then after all, I went for that position. Then I wanted to get and I was encouraged by my fellow guys in order for me to go on so that I can be the ambassadors. And right now, they are feeling proud because I am the ambassador. And right now, Stigma had this, and Stigma it was on a high level. It's now going to lower level.
Should I say that thumbs up to UNYPA that it's empowered you to come out and open up? Yeah, we should have to UNYPA. Thank you very much, UNYPA, for empowering the young people out there to come out, to open up that they're HIV positive, and it's okay to be HIV positive. Sharifa, the same question. What motivated you? Because just like you told us, when you are still at school, you are so, could shy away, could not open up about your status. What helped you? What motivated you to come out and open up about your status?
First and foremost, I wanted to be free with myself. When you have a problem and you don't put it out there, it is on you,
It's heavy.
It's heavy on you. So I wanted to be free, I wanted to feel free. So I needed to put this secret out. And I remember putting a post on my Facebook page, HIV is not my secret. I have better secrets to hide. So my status cannot be my secret. And what really motivated me before even I post is my mom. When my mom was disclosing to me about my status, I remember the way she was scared in her bedroom. She was so scared telling me, and she even waited for me to first finish primary 7 to tell me, because she thought I would drop out of school and all that. But the way she looked, the way she put out these words telling me that we are HIV positive, that gave me the courage, because she was in tears. I needed to be strong for her. So I was like, she's crying over us being HIV positive, but we are living a normal life. So why keep this as a secret? I need to come out and show the world that I can do what you can do. If you think you're HIV negative,
Even better, I can do it even better.
I even do better. And she really motivated me. She was the first person to motivate me. And my role model, Winnie Nasumba, who told me about the beauty pageant, and when she said, Sharifa, this is a good platform for you. As a child, I always dreamed of being a Miss something. I was aiming at being Miss Uganda, but when I looked at my size, I knew I would not make it to Miss Uganda. So when this beauty pageant came, I was
Maybe you
like,
need to slim up things so that you can,
You know?
Yeah.
But she's okay, she had done the best crown, you know?
Yes, yes.
but when this White Plus Beauty pageant came on, I was like, I've been dreaming to be a Miss. And this is a beauty pageant for us, people living with HIV, to exercise our rights. Why not go for it?
Were you by then working with UNYPA or you just...
No, but by then I was working with, I am still working with Stigma and Uganda. Stigma and Uganda is like a group of people who sing and dance, but it started from where we get our medication from, Joint Clinical Research Center. So we used to sing and dance, so it started from there, the move started from there. And then we used to know all this information, but still in the hide. But when it came to this beauty pageant, we were like, let's go for it.
Wow. Thank you very much. I'm going to you now. As an activist and a policy advocate, how are you influencing policy at national level to incorporate and address the challenges young people living with HIV?
Okay, very well. As a young person, an advocate of SRH, I had the privilege and made a decision to actually use my youthful energy to ensure that young people in this country have a friendly and supportive environment, a friendly environment, and these young people include young people living with HIV. I'm part of the technical working group that is responsible for the review of the National Adolescent Health Policy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, and I also did a massive contribution in the review of the sexual reproductive health standards and guidelines. And also I'm part of the presidential fast track initiative, and I represent young people on this steering committee. So this is a presidential initiative to support young people to engagement and to ensure that there is HIV is ended in this country by 2030. So one of all those platforms that I've had as a young person, I have used them to ensure that issues of young people living with HIV are actually put at the forefront. I have ensured that the policies address the stigma that these young people go through every day. I have ensured that the policies create a supportive environment for these young people to access art, and also to make sure that it is accessible, to ensure that young people living with HIV actually have sufficient information on how to get the medication, where to get it from, and how to actually stand up and speak out.
Our viewers, we've been joined by Senoga Hassan from Nakaseke. And going back to you talked about the ending HIV within the 2030.
Yes.
That it would have ended. Do you think it's going to be possible? Do you think we are going to achieve that by 2030?
We are making progress as a country, but also for that to be realized, it means that every stakeholder has to do their role. It must not be, usually when we talk about responses of HIV and any other people will run and say government is Tuyambi, but it's a multi-sectoral approach, so we expect that the service provider to do their role, the young people to do their role, the policy makers to do their role, and to ensure that actually these policies can show face, they're actually implemented. So if everybody does their role, we are going to be there or almost be there.
And actually, I wanted to just interject and ask her whether she knows her role in ending HIV by 2030. Okay.
And also preaching that gospel, preaching that gospel out there that, we should practice safe sex and abstain from sex.
Yes.
So I think it's the best thing.
Yeah.
them.
No, she said we all have a role to play.
Yeah.
I know that, and right now I'm playing my role, talking to you guys.
Yeah,
Not the
sure.
negative, yeah.
Exactly.
Obviously.
I'm still on you, Anne. So Anne, tell us, how have you passed on this information? How have you created awareness? Because I don't know whether someone down there in Moroto, has got this information about AIDS.
So when we talk about the platforms that I sit on and how I have ensured that other young people are participators of actually of their national responses. For example, during the review of the National Adolescent Health Policy, I took lead in having a youth consultative meeting, on making sure that actually views of young people are actually taken care of in this national document. And among the very many young people that were mobilized, they included the young people living with HIV, because I know that not all are the 70% of young people in this country will be in that boardroom where these policies are drafted. Yeah, so and I'm sure, I think Sharifa participated in that youth consultative where we actually got their views. Also making, for example, as part of the East African SRHR bill, drafting, and when it came to part of country hearings, I ensured that actually I consulted youth networks that included young people in Girls on Prize, African Uganda, to ensure that actually their views are actually taken care of as in policy drafting.
Do you think the youth out there in Moroto knows you? Do they know your work? Because at least in urban settings, most people, they are well conversant, they have the information about things, but how about that person in the rural area, the youth out there?
We talk about in terms of the beauty pageant. The beauty pageant goes to region, we go to regions. We go to east, we go to north, we go to west, and then we come back to the central.
Just like
so it's not
Uganda.
it is not only based in the urban, but we try to go to regions that are far away from Kampala, people that are far away, so that we could bring out a young person down there who has the information, who is so confident to come out about his or her status. And the other thing, we try so hard to tell our schools in different districts, different areas of Uganda, to make sure that they invite us to their schools. And we have so far tried to reach 50% of the schools. So we go into schools, we educate young people about HIV, we educate them how to protect themselves, the safe measures. So we've also done it that way, but we are still doing it. It is not
it's a journey.
It's a journey. It's not a one thing.
Hassan, as a young person living with HIV, what's your experience out there?
It has been a God's mercy for us to fight this battle. It's not our battle.
I know.
Yeah, it is Allah's battle, it's God's battle. We participated in it. We have a lot of challenges there outside. We do a lot of conferences. Like as Senoga in my district, basically in Nakasaka district, I've tried my best. For sure, I've tried, because a lot of people they can witness for that. Because all the secondary schools, primary schools, they if you mention about Hassan, and some of them they call Mr. AIDS. Why? Yeah, why? Because I'm proud. Wherever I pass around the market, and they say, hey, a victim guy is there just this morning. Because for me, I'm proud of what I have, and I don't want to spread. Yes, I want to keep the way to kick. I have a vision that we can kick HIV/AIDS out of our country. I don't know whether I'm dreaming or not. Yes, but for me, I'm sure we can kick HIV/AIDS out of our country. And all my where I stand, we use a slogan: "Me and you, we can kick HIV/AIDS out of our country."
So what motivated you to come out? Because it's not an everyday thing. Just like I was telling, our Queen and Osama, it's not easy coming out and you're like, guys, I'm HIV positive.
It takes a lot of boldness, a great heart, a big heart. For me, they tested me positive. It was like giving me the certificate. I'm sorry to say that.
Wow.
Yeah, but after 2 days, I was like, I'm positive. Nothing will change. Again, my blood will stay. The virus will stay in. The thing we had to do, because I was a life-first guy, so what I had to do is to start to call upon those ones whom I moved out with. Please take time. Let's go for blood test. A lot of just guys like radio stations invited me, TV stations invited me, and they have just done a lot of just a very good work. For me, what made me to do that? I've seen a lot of people dying instantly. We mentioned Vivian when she went for a blood test and she made herself positive. What she did, it was like she committed suicide. But with Barry, I was the one participating with Barry, and I spoke out a lot.
So, as an appointment center, as overtrained peer educators on SRHR and HIV counseling, what approach do you use to reach out, refer and follow up on the youth living with HIV? And how does the supply chain affect that for the youth?
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity and the platform for me to speak out on behalf of my brother, of course. As a young person to speak out and even sit next to me. I almost asked her to help do some catwalk.
Everything.
It's like any other beauty pageant.
You really walk like a cat.
You're going to see us today.
On average, every month we get around 30. That's average. So you asked me what approaches are we using to reach out to these young people?
And the follow-up.
And the follow-up issues. One, we have a functional art clinic, like I've said. A section that is equipped with counselors and health workers and with peers also who have already outgrown the stigma, and they are always there to support the fellow young people. So every month, or maybe every day, let me start from the daily beat. Every day we have talking sessions. We could call them focus group discussions. Daily, they have a schedule every day. At a certain time of the day, for those who have visited for the first time, a counselor comes or a peer and speaks to these young people about a certain topic. It could be stigma, discrimination, or something. Then every month we have quarterly meetings. Then we are also having home visits.
Wow, they follow-up.
They follow-up it. We visit these people at their homes. We know that most times, if you realize, for those who are still fighting stigma, those who are still in denial, they'll come to the facility, get the drugs, but you are not sure where they are going to take the drugs.
I know.
Say, oh, man, I think I should go. Man, I said, so we give them. But my friend, what happens at home, they go, we don't know why I wish to do this.
So, how does the supply chain affect the arts?
It's a general issue, we should say. We should all appreciate and know that when there is an issue, national crisis of drugs, they don't only affect the ministry but affects everyone. Recently we had crisis of septrin, remember? Septrin was septrin everywhere. Even up to now, we still have crisis. But the good things are okay for us. We have our private procurement as we don't, because we're not government. Then we are fitting to the government system. Our procurements are different. So we do enough storage for our clients.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yes. So my last question is going to go to all of you. How are you supporting the fellow youth out there living with HIV? Hassan.
Yeah. First of all, we have different circumstances of thinking.
Okay.
There are those ones who are sexually active and they cannot live without having sex. So yes, they are there in secondary school, and I have a lot of questions in my bag. I will share. So please, we encourage them to have safe sex.
Okay, Queen. How are you supporting them?
First, we mentioned them to be confident about their HIV status, and the second bit is we will try to give them enough information about HIV, because we've noticed that some people fear HIV because they don't know information around HIV. So we're trying to supply information into them.
Wow, Osama, how are you supporting the youth out there?
How I support, as in I'm clearly at Uganda. So we as the Uganda, I have got the facility to make lessons. So this is like we can engage youth, young people, and all of them can come together and see each other and discuss about HIV/AIDS. And our belief is that HIV can't kill someone. For those who are negative, we as volunteers, what we do, we go in communities and assistance youths, whether positive or negative.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Mine is more of a recommendation really, because my earlier part of the question tackled what my role is, and also my role is no different from what these people are playing, giving information. But maybe more kind of a recommendation is to ensure that actually young people, for the world out there, show that young people are very diverse, and so their needs are different. Young people living with HIV, they should be meaningfully engaged in national responses and national programs that are put in place to fight HIV. So they shouldn't just cluster people together because our needs are really different. Also, I encourage the young people living with HIV to speak up against stigma. You know, if you go in a health facility, you're denied service. If you're being discriminated against at school, if you're being discriminated against at your university, you know, you should come out and speak out because it's your right. I mean, you're still human and you still have the human. I mean, you have a privilege to have to enjoy your human rights. And also maybe my other still kind of a recommendation is to ensure that young people living with HIV or not living with HIV should interest themselves in learning, getting exposed to information, because one of our roles that we have is holding government accountable. So if you cannot hold government accountable, which is something you do not know. We know that government has put a lot of policies in place, you know, all that talk about HIV. Government has committed and has signed and ratified the Sustainable Development Goals, of which one of the specific goals is about health, goal 3, and one of the targets has a specific target 3.3 about HIV. So young people need to get themselves exposed to such information, the 90-90 target, so that you can hold your government accountable, and yeah, it's the way to go.
Wow, thank you very much, Anne. So, Tembo, what's your recommendation?
Yes,
your last word?
Yeah, my last word to the young people is that let's not die because of failure to know.
Yeah.
We need to seek information, and there's so much opportunity, and there's so many people out there who are willing to help us. Now, this training center, the doors are open for all young people. Come and get free medication, free support. We have all these systems in place. At Naguru, we have a toll-free number, which is 0800 311 0800 It's toll-free. The young people can always call and they'll get whatever help they need.
Wow, thank you very much. I've really liked you guys, I've liked the audience, I've liked you, my panelists. Not forgetting, we have to say thanks to UNYPA for hosting us today. You can find us, WEtalk, on Facebook. Our account is WEtalk Series. YouTube, we are WEtalk Series Uganda. Twitter, it's just WEtalk_series.
Me and you can keep HIV/AIDS out of our country.